for Growing Up Without Borders.
And we would like to welcome you to the city of Prague.
The cafe that I'm in has been here from 1902, and Albert Einstein actually came here a couple times, and the guy who did the turning statue also came here a couple times. His name was Franz Kafka.
Just on tour of the old town, and in this room everything that you see is basically original, not from the same periods of time, but just a couple things here. So this was their stove, and this was also a courtroom, and so they used to have the high judge sit over here and judge people, and this was filled up from the back side so it wouldn't disturb the people in the room. Then they have all the coat of arms behind me like that. All those coat of arms were symbols, and the reason why they were symbols is because the people couldn't read, so they were illiterate, so they would use a lot of signs and symbols to showcase that. Then they have the different coat of arms. This one here was for the Czechoslovakia before they separated. I'll show you the original coat of arms for Prague. It's this one right here.
Okay.
That one there is the original coat of arms, which was then replaced with that one. Just want to say, so this coat of arms behind us, you see how it has a city gate and a sword. That's because here in Prague they were attacked by the Swedish, and they stopped them there, and so they fought back. But the Swedish still were able to steal and take many of their art and documents and such, so they are in display in Sweden. The king that you see, I don't know if you can see it very good, but in the painting there, he was the only king that was elected. So he didn't come from a royal family. He was elected by the people. And what's phenomenal about him is that he really was able to bring peace between the Protestants and the Catholics. And he also wanted to essentially create that kind of throughout the whole kingdoms, all the different kingdoms in Europe. So he was kind of like a predecessor, one of the first kind of guys to have that kind of thought process of equality, maybe one currency in the European Union, and basically tolerance for religion. So he was kind of like one of the forefathers of those ideas. These cellars in Town Hall are 8 feet below the normal road level right now, and this used to be ground floor. So this used to be where people's homes were. They lived up above, they did their business here, and each home was super wealthy, and the reason why is because they had their own wells. So for a home to be built out of stone and to have a well like this here, you had to be super wealthy. And they had a lot of problems with like flooding and such, so they built the level of the whole city much higher. So then they used to live up above, so then all of a sudden now up above was now turned into their new stores, and then they lived even higher. And it took about 80 years to accomplish the rebuilding of the different levels. Correction, it wasn't 8 feet below, it was 8 meters below. So quite a big difference.
Since the water sometimes wasn't so clean, instead they give the kids beer and wine, which is quite weird, but okay.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah, and she said at least they slept well.
At least they slept good. And there's Julia having her breakfast. Right now, we're about to cross a medieval street that is still there, so they didn't build over top of it. So this room that we're in here was actually used as an execution area, or for people who did bad crimes and
And
such.
they would lock them like with stuff and...
Yeah, so there was two things. So there was those who were completely just forgotten. So if they were like murderers or really bad type of prisoners, they were just forgotten. And then there was those that maybe didn't pay their taxes or such, and they were basically put to shame. So they would be put on display for 1 to 2 days, depending on what they did. And then in the Second World War, they used this area as like a hospital and an area just to keep the people. And the reason why is because the Nazis, they knew that there was something underground here, but they didn't know how to get in. So it was used essentially like as a shelter and a bit of a hospital. So this whole area just goes on and on and on. We're literally going underneath of all these different homes, which used to be, like I said, the ground floor. So it's pretty cool.
So a really cool thing is right behind there is the astronomical clock, which is really cool.
Hey girls, where are we going now?
Up the tower!
All right, let's go. Here we go.
It's funny, it's just like the little street. It has a light. Oh, now it's red.
Now we have to wait a room for. There goes the elevator. Where is it? Show me. Right there. Okay, right behind that church steeple. What is it?
There's a funicular that looks with the tram passes. So if you don't want to walk up, you can take the tram. So you see that little tower right there?
Right. No, I'll do it with my finger. Right there. Okay.
Basically, they call it the mini Eiffel Tower, and you go up and you can see a really nice view.
So that tower over there dates back from 1475, and it used to be the old city gate. And in the 17th century, they changed it to store their gunpowder, and now the name is Powder Tower.
Okay, we have a big panda and a genie out of a bottle. Left. Okay, we'll follow you on to the lake. We are on the way to the castle. The Prague castle. Left this way? We think we just took a shortcut to get to the castle.
Yeah.
So it's
about
15? No, wait.
50 their money, so check for an adult.
And that is €2.50, but kids up to 15 are free.
and you get to walk through these
And-
beautiful gardens
The garden.
and up towards the castle. So you can walk around, I believe, as well. This is like the scenic route that we're taking. Here's already a beautiful view of the city line, so the castle up above I'm sure has an even nicer view. You're wondering what these are? I don't know.
They kind of look like little octopuses almost, but they don't have legs. They have
Does anybody know what this tree is? Please comment below, because we don't know this fruit or this, whatever this is.
This is like a whole big village. It's so big, and they even have their own church, but it's under construction right now.
Yeah.
And we're headed to the information office to get our tickets.
How it works. So there's different entries. For example, Circuit A, Circuit B. We did Circuit B. Circuit A is for like the whole thing. B is for some, like you can see which one to get. And then here's the pricing. So we did the family. For Circuit B, for the family, for us was about 20 euros, 500 Czechs. This is a map here of what it is like, the whole castle area. We'll show you what we did afterwards.
So with our pass, we were able to do
So we're gonna do
old
the
royal
palace, the St. George Basilica, the Golden Lane, and then the cathedral. So let's go. You ready? First.
Why not the cathedral?
Cathedral first? Okay.
We have the ticket. That's the entry because it shows VIII.
And do you want to say where Mom is?
She is doing her haircut.
She's doing her haircut, so. Okay, so here we go. Let's go see the cathedral.
Here we go. We're gonna go in the cathedral. It's gonna be fun. It's big in here. So behind me is the village when it was in 1630.
What do you guys think of the cathedral?
Well, I thought it was really cool, and I thought it was really big for a castle.
This cathedral.
Oh, sorry.
It was really nice, basically. Where are we off to next?
Castle. Even the Habsburg family ruled here for 400 years.
That's like a replica of it.
So this is an overview. It's really big.
Look how big. You can see the cathedral. You can see other things. So we just read about a crazy story. What was it about?
It was basically about a window, and it was about 3 guys that didn't vote for the leader, and
What they're going against, yeah.
Yeah, against. And then they threw 3 guys out of the window.
Which is crazy.
Yes, the first one was perfectly fine. He didn't get injured. The second one, he hesitated a bit. He was holding on the window, and then he had he hurt his head. And then the third one had just a couple of bruises. And then they wanted to shoot them, and then they all ran away.
Well, basically, they all survived, so they call it like a miracle.
That's the window there they were thrown out of.
So it's this window here.
So it seems like this was the library.
It looks pretty cool, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What did you think of the castle? It's nice, no?
Yeah, it was cool.
And where's our next stop?
It's the
Golden Lane.
Golden Lane.
And do you know what the Golden Lane was for?
No, but
Where
it's
the
a street.
goldsmiths lived.
What was it?
Goldsmiths lived.
What was it, Ajay?
Where the goldsmiths lived.
Yep. So that's where we're gonna go see right now. Here we go. They're cute, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, let's go upstairs.
So you wanna go see what's in here?
No, that's the
Is this all the armors, girls?
yeah.
Yes, here is battery for one head.
Sounds like a bird.
Normal battery.
Armors. Look at their shields. So what's this?
The guy who made the medicine. So like the
That's
bed.
what this is. Oh, tiny bed. Look.
That's the toilet.
No, that's not the toilet. That's the box.
Or something. And then this is
And
like
then his
the
workstation.
kitchen.
What's this one?
He makes clothes.
Oh, that's
Mine.
This is Angelic's little home. Oh, how cute.
Look at
It's
it.
music.
Look at that, all
This
the
is so cute. Look at
things, the buttons. But that she has a much comfortable bed.
much
A
more
much bigger
comfortable.
bed, isn't it? This one?
This guy was like a painter almost, or something. Look at this one.
Not much.
They don't have this stuff anymore.
What's this one?
This is the house of Mrs. Madenia. She styled up the house so that people could paint to see what it looks like. This is like this underground. But you can't go underground.
This one has an underground.
Oh, this bed looks really comfy.
Oh, this one has a nice bed.
Oh, and it's a little baby's house.
Cute.
So all along here is a whole bunch of shops. We'll tell you what each one is. This one, for example, is a jewelry one. This is a postcard one. This is like products for, you could say, I think it's beer. Beer?
Original beer cosmetics.
Oh, beer. 4 and you get 1 free. So good deal.
What is a beer cosmetics, though, right?
Yeah.
What's this one? What does the sign say?
Magnets, like just,
Hand painted gifts?
yeah, hand painted gifts. This one's sort of crafts, doll clothes, a bit of sewing, a little mixture of that.
Look how cute it is.
Yeah, it's so cute. Guess what this store is? It is a puppet store. There's a whole
Puppet
bunch of
store?
puppets in the store. Let
Really?
me show you.
Oh, cute.
It doesn't like camera. This store is actually a whole bunch of nice, how would you call like glass?
Flowers and stuff.
It's, no, there's not.
Oh, like
it's-
decorations.
Yeah.
This one was their pub.
What?
Their pub where they played the cards, made food, listened to music.
Cool.
And then there's the bar over there.
Oh, this is the bar?
Like that table, this is where they made food and stuff. Yes.
Well,
There's a tap room in the tavern.
So this house, they work with gold and other stuff, and the desk, if they dropped a little piece of gold, it would catch the desk would catch it because it was gold and they didn't want to use it, and they would wear aprons too.
Yeah. So this is the goldsmith.
And also,
Wait, one more thing.
they had also one more thing. They had a bird, and since there was chemicals, they wanted to see if it was okay. So if the bird died, well then it wasn't safe to be inside.
Yeah.
Okay, so
What's this one about?
fortune teller.
Oh.
Like a widow fortune teller who had a son in the First World War, and she was a widow, and her husband was a pharmacist. And she went by a fake name. She had a fake name and only wore black.
Look at her bedroom.
So this was a fortune teller.
And a card reader. So there's cards and stuff.
Kind of creepy.
So little history is that this is where the people used to work. This is where they lived, the people that worked for the king. And as well, in 1953, the president bought all the homes, so they couldn't live anymore. What is this?
A house?
For 24 men, and they were all free.
No, not for 24 men. They would wear their costume and they would do whatever job they please, and they would make a little money. So they were technically free.
Now we're going to be exiting. Oh, one more home.
So this guy was a filmmaker, so you could see all the CD things on the steps.
Footage.
And then in his kitchen area, his workstation.
You already got an idea of what's going to be inside?
Potions.
Okay, so we just got our tickets. There it is. And so for all 4 of us, it was 20 euros. And we're going to go on an English tour really soon, right? Are you excited?
Yeah.
What's
a
something?
30-minute tour.
What's something excited about you heard about it? About what you're really excited?
Surprise.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it looks really exciting. So behind this door here used to be a secret tunnel. Now they just put a wall. Here was the permission from the king to do what they're doing. Alchemy. This is where they kept their herbs. Yeah. This is the furnace where they think they made it.
Oh. So this is a proportion of the youth potions, and it was made out of herbs and alcohol. And also, this is a map from the 1600s. As you can see, it doesn't have every country in the world. Sometimes they can miss Australia or other countries.
And apparently they used to like sew it by hand, right?
Yeah, they would they would make their own paper and they would sew it. And also, it's missing Switzerland.
Thanks for watching our tour of the city of Prague. Please subscribe and give us a big thumbs up.
And comment down below where you're watching from because we love to know. See you next time.
Bye!